welcome to the daily newspaper analysis, which is brought to you by LawSikho. So today we will discuss an article which has been taken from the Hindu newspaper. The title of this article is Absolution. So what basically does it mean? What do we have about the drug trafficking? What do we have about the NCB will be discussed in this article. Then we have the news update and legal news for ourselves. Before moving further, I'd like to congratulate Ayushi Gupta for giving the right answer in the previous newspaper analysis. Great work. Before we begin with this article, let's understand as to what do we mean by the term absolution. So basically we mean here that when someone is relieved completely from a particular charge, from a particular guilt or any kind of accusation, that act is called as absolution. So if at all there was a trial against me, so if I have been acquitted by the court and I have not been tried against further and I have not been convicted, so it will be said that I have been absoluted by the court, which means an absolution has taken place. Here, it says that India needs to have a law to make compensation for unlawful arrest a statutory right, because many a times we see that in the cases of malicious prosecution and otherwise as well, people many a times they are unlawfully arrested, and this article says that in such cases, compensation should be made a statutory right for these people. Shoddy investigation is problematic enough. It is saying that, the kind of investigation that we do, it is already a problematic situation. And however, it is motivated and targeted probes by the investigating officials are a cause of concern that needs to be addressed. So here, definitely, we need to make sure that if at all we have had this kind of mental, physical, and other kinds of harassment we have given to a person who actually was not even he did not even deserve to be arrested in that particular case. So we should make sure that we are addressing that person with complete compensation in such cases. So this specifically talks about the case of October 2021, when there was a raid against Aryan Khan. We all know about Aryan Khan, who is the son of Shah Rukh Khan. So which went on to make the media headlines for months, saw that the Narcotics Control Bureau was claiming links to international drug trafficking, wherein, a whole ship that was, a party was going on that ship, it was raided. So further, even after established cases, WhatsApp chats were perpetrated as evidence, and the investigation team that took over the case due to the extortion allegations against Mr. Wankhede later reported that there was a massive dearth, that is a massive lack of prosecutable evidence and lapses even in the initial investigation. All these things tell us that there was no real ground for such investigation, no real ground for such trial. And even after that, we did not have, any proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And still this entire prosecution took place. So it is saying that, that here, definitely there was a flaw, but the person who was to suffer was definitely in this case, the victim, who was Aryan Khan. Now, of course, we can call him now as a victim because it is completely, we can say due to the lack of evidence that there was no proper prosecutable evidence against him, and he was totally harassed at the hands of the authorities. So currently, Section 358 of the Criminal Procedure Codes provides for the paltry fine to be imposed on a person on whose complaint a person is arrested without sufficient grounds. So for example, person A made a kind of complaint due to which person B was arrested, but later it was found out that this person B was not really prosecutable. So definitely our section 358 of the CRPC provides that a penalty will be put up on person A on whose complaint such entire such prosecution started. So such provisions should be expanded and made more stringent, stronger, so that it courts and protects the people who are not protected by their celebrity status. Because we know we have this thing in India that we worship the celebrities, but if at all anything happens, we are way too much into the media trial and we completely start hating, that personality, that celebrity. We start boycotting the films and everything, which is definitely not good. We should also be practical, thinkers, and only then take our decisions. Now let's see what do we have for our news updates for the day. Firstly, Paralympian Prachi becomes the first Indian canoeist to win a World Cup medal. So canoeist Prachi Yadav became the first Indian to bag a World Cup medal by capturing a bronze at the 2022 ICF Para Canoe World Cup held in Poznan, which is in Poland. So she bagged the bronze medal with the timing of 1 hour, 4 minutes and 71 seconds. Secondly, International Day for UN Peacekeeper. The International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers, 29 May, offers a chance to pay tribute to the uniformed and civilian personnel's invaluable contribution to the work of the organization and honor nearly 4,200 peacekeepers who have lost their lives serving under the UN flag since 1948, including 135 last year. So the theme for 2022 is People, Peace, Progress, the Power of Partnerships. Thirdly, first nano urea plant at Kalol. So the first IFCO nano urea in the liquid state production unit at Kalol has been made with an investment of rupees 175 crores. At present, it has the capacity to produce 1.5 lakh bottles of 500 ml capacity of nano urea per day. Fourthly, Madrid won the Championships League 2022. So Real Madrid became European champion for a record extending 14th time after beating Liverpool by 1-0 in a Champions League final that started 37 minutes late because of disturbing crowd issues outside the Stade de France on Saturday. Fifth, that was, we all might have watched this too. So Gujarat Titans has won the IPL 2022. So the Indian Premier League 2022 ended with Gujarat Titans lifting the trophy by defeating inaugural champions Rajasthan Royals. So the Aramco Purple Cap winner of the season was Yuzvendra Chahal with 27 wickets. And the Aramco Orange Cap winner of the season was Jos Butler with 863 runs. And player of the match in the final was Hardik Pandya. Let's see what do we have for legal updates today. Firstly, transgender has every right to choose the gender. Odisha High Court orders a family pension to trans women. So the Odisha High Court recently granted family pension to a trans woman. She was earlier discriminated on the basis of her gender while allowing pensionary benefits after the death of her parents. This was held in the case of Kantaro Kondagari Kajol versus State of Odisha and others. Secondly, court not supposed to force parties to engage in mediation where marriage has irretrievably broken down, says the Allahabad High Court. So the Lucknow bench observed that the court was not supposed to force the parties to engage in a mediation proceeding by acting in a mechanical manner after the marriage has been irretrievably, something that cannot be retrieved back, something that is irrevocable, broken down. So the reference to mediation of parties was also not required if the same would not serve as meaningful purpose in the case. This was held in the case of Anamika Srivastava versus Anoop Srivastava. This was all for the day. We hope you liked this session. Thank you so much.